The year 1914 marked a turning point in human history. A seemingly minor incident, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, spiraled into a global conflict. The assassination triggered a chain reaction of alliances and declarations of war. Within weeks, Europe was embroiled in a conflict that would last over 4 years. The system of alliances, designed to maintain a balance of power, instead propelled nations into war. Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany, issued an ultimatum to Serbia. Russia mobilized to support Serbia, its Slavic ally. Germany, fearing a two-front war, declared war on Russia and then on France. Germany's invasion of neutral Belgium brought Great Britain into the war. What began as a regional conflict quickly escalated into a global war. Few anticipated the horrors that lay ahead, the years of trench warfare, the millions of casualties, and the profound changes that would reshape the world. The Great War, as it became known, would leave an indelible mark on the 20th century and beyond. The First World War irrevocably altered the political landscape of Europe. The long-standing empires of Austria-Hungary, Russia, and the Ottoman Empire collapsed. The map of Europe was redrawn, with new nations emerging from the ashes of the old. The Austro-Hungarian Empire, a patchwork of nationalities, was torn apart by internal tensions and external pressures. New nations such as Austria, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia emerged in its place. The Russian Empire, weakened by war and internal revolution, also underwent a dramatic transformation. The Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Lenin, seized power in 1917, establishing the world's first communist state. Russia withdrew from the war, ceding vast territories to Germany in the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. The Ottoman Empire, once a mighty power, also crumbled under the weight of war. The empire's defeat led to the loss of its vast territories in the Middle East. The emergence of new nations in the Middle East, often with arbitrarily drawn boundaries, would have long-lasting consequences. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, officially ended the First World War. It aimed to establish a lasting peace, but its harsh terms, particularly those imposed on Germany, sowed the seeds of future discord. Germany, deemed the aggressor in the war, was forced to accept full responsibility for the conflict. The treaty imposed heavy reparations on Germany, crippling its economy and fueling resentment. Germany was also forced to cede territories and disarm, further diminishing its power and status. The treaty also established the League of Nations, an international organization designed to promote peace and cooperation among nations. The League, however, was weakened by the absence of key powers, including the United States. The Treaty of Versailles, while intended to bring peace, ultimately contributed to future instability. The treaty's legacy serves as a reminder of the complexities of peacemaking and the unintended consequences of punitive measures. The League of Nations, born out of the ashes of World War I, represented a bold attempt to create a new world order based on cooperation and collective security. Its aim was to prevent future wars by providing a forum for nations to resolve disputes peacefully. The League's structure and membership were flawed from the outset. The absence of key powers, most notably the United States, significantly weakened its authority. The League's reliance on collective security proved to be ineffective. Member nations were reluctant to take decisive action against aggressors, fearing the costs and consequences of intervention. The League's failure to address the growing threat of fascism and Nazism in the 1930s further exposed its limitations. The League's inability to prevent the outbreak of World War II marked its ultimate failure. The First World War had a devastating impact on the global economy. Years of warfare had drained national treasuries, disrupted trade, and destroyed infrastructure. The war's economic consequences, coupled with the Treaty of Versailles' harsh reparations imposed on Germany, contributed to the Great Depression. The war's disruption of international trade had a profound impact on global commerce. Trade routes were disrupted, and markets were closed. The global economy, interconnected and interdependent, suffered a severe downturn. The Treaty of Versailles' heavy reparations imposed on Germany further exacerbated the economic crisis. Germany, already struggling to rebuild its war-torn economy, was burdened with massive debts. The reparations crippled Germany's economy, fueling resentment and contributing to political instability. The Great Depression had a profound impact on societies around the world. Unemployment soared, businesses failed, and poverty became widespread. The First World War shattered existing social norms and created a climate of uncertainty and anxiety. The war's unprecedented violence and destruction left deep psychological scars on individuals and societies. The war's massive loss of life had a devastating impact on families and communities. Millions of soldiers were killed or wounded, leaving a generation scarred by the horrors of the war. The war's impact on demographics and family structures was significant. The loss of so many young men created a gender imbalance and altered the social fabric of nations. The war also led to the displacement of millions of people. Refugees fled war-torn regions, seeking safety and stability. The mass migrations caused by the war created social and economic challenges for both the refugees and the countries that received them. The war's impact on social values and beliefs was also significant. The war's brutality and senselessness led many to question the established order and search for new meaning and purpose. The First World War proved to be a turning point in the struggle for women's suffrage. Women's contributions to the war effort, both on the home front and in some cases on the battlefield, challenged traditional gender roles and strengthened the argument for women's right to vote. Women played a crucial role in supporting the war effort. They filled jobs traditionally held by men, working in factories, farms, and hospitals. Women's contributions to the war economy demonstrated their capabilities and challenged traditional notions of women's place in society. Women's wartime service also provided a powerful argument for suffrage. Suffragists argued that women who had contributed so much to the war effort deserved the right to vote. In many countries, women's suffrage was granted in the aftermath of the war. The war's impact on women's political rights was profound and transformative. Women's suffrage marked a significant victory in the struggle for gender equality. The war's legacy in advancing women's rights remains a significant aspect of its historical impact. The First World War spurred rapid technological advancements, particularly in the realm of military technology. The demands of trench warfare and the need for new weapons and tactics led to the development of new technologies that would have a lasting impact on warfare and society. The development of new weapons, such as machine guns, tanks, and poison gas, transformed the nature of warfare. These weapons increased the scale and lethality of combat, leading to unprecedented casualties. The war also spurred advancements in aviation. Airplanes, initially used for reconnaissance, were later adapted for bombing and aerial combat. The war's impact on the development of aviation technology was substantial. The war's legacy in aviation continues to shape air travel and military strategy today. The war's impact on technological innovation extended beyond the military sphere. Advances in communication technologies such as radio were also spurred by the war. The war's legacy in technological development continues to shape modern society in various ways. The First World War brought about significant advancements in medical science and technology. The unprecedented scale of casualties and the challenges of treating battlefield injuries spurred innovation and led to improvements in surgical techniques, wound care, and prosthetics. The treatment of battlefield injuries, such as gunshot wounds and shrapnel injuries, presented new challenges for medical professionals. The war spurred advancements in surgical techniques, including blood transfusions and skin grafts. Many of the medical advancements developed during the war continue to be used today. The war also led to improvements in prosthetics. The large number of amputations necessitated the development of more advanced artificial limbs. The advancements in prosthetics developed during the war improved the lives of countless amputees. The war's impact on medical knowledge extended beyond the battlefield. The war spurred research on infectious diseases and public health. The war's legacy in medical research and public health continues to shape healthcare practices today. The First World War was a watershed moment in human history. It marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new world order. The war's impact on political systems and international relations was transformative. The collapse of empires, the emergence of new nations, and the creation of the League of Nations reshaped the political landscape. The war's legacy in international relations continues to influence global politics and diplomacy. The war's impact on social norms and values was also significant. The war challenged traditional gender roles, spurred the women's suffrage movement, and led to changes in social attitudes and beliefs. The war's legacy in social and cultural change continues to shape our understanding of gender, identity, and social justice. The war's impact on technological innovation and medical progress was substantial. The war spurred advancements in military technology, aviation, communications, and medical science. The First World War, a conflict of unprecedented scale and devastation, left an indelible mark on the 20th century and beyond.